Hey there guys, Eugene here from Review Outdoor Gear, and today I'm reviewing this thing right here. Haven't done a bike review in a long time, but this is an electric bike that got sent to me by this company for review. Full disclosure right off the bat. So, obviously I'm going to be a little bit biased because I think I didn't actually pay for it. So keep that in mind. But I will try to be as objective as possible. I haven't actually put on a ton of miles on it, I'll be honest. But I do actually quite like it. Let me tell you everything about it. I'll talk about the build of it, how it was put together, how it rides, everything I can tell you about it. I'll try to make this as comprehensive and as quick as possible for you, and then give you some details on it. There's a lot more information on it if you go to their website or to the Amazon link in the description below, which is an affiliate link, to check it out, and you'll see all the details about it. But in essence, it is a it's an electric kind of cruiser bike. It does have the fat tires, 20-inch. The fat tires allow it to really be like sort of all-terrain. You can go on, gravel, sand, probably not too soft or fine as sand, but more wet or compacted sand. Grass, whatever, road, kind of mountain trails and whatnot. And it's pretty powerful. This thing has a it's got a 48 volt, I believe it's 500 watt motor in there. And so it really pulls hard. They advertised it as a speed kind of limit or max speed on it of 25. I'm able to get it like 24.5 miles an hour with me being 200 pounds. So I'm sure if you're a little bit lighter than me, you probably get it going a little faster. And 25 sounds like a good number for it. Again, 24.5 is what I got. And you can fully just kind of cruise with just the accelerator knob, whatever you want to call it. Just doing that, we'll just kind of get it going and speeding up. Or you can pedal, and it has a pedal assist in it. It also has gears. It has 6 gears just in the back. It has a Shimano shifter, so you can fully pedal it and move it that way if the battery is dead or you just want to kind of not use the battery. They do advertise a range of about 20 to 40 miles, which is what I'm getting, roughly. I basically didn't have to recharge it for, I would recharge it before it would run out of juice, but it would go. I wouldn't see the battery go below a half when I went for miles and miles on it. So there's that. The other things about it is that it's foldable. That's kind of the big other selling point for it. You can see right here, there's a little thing that you'd release. You pull this up and it folds in half this direction. And so it kind of comes down to a size about this big. And that's all that folds. Also the pedals fold when you do that. So you can see, you can do that right there. And the pedals will fold, and so then you can throw in the back of your car, truck, or whatever without taking up all this space. So that's really cool. So let's talk a little bit more about just all the features it has, and then I'll talk about the riding experience. And then I also wanted to mention the price right away too. I know there's so many bikes out there for you can probably go up to $2,000, $3,000 on different bikes. Right now, this thing on Amazon, there's a little coupon code you can apply. I think it's $50 for the black version. There's also a white version, and it's about $500, $600, which I think is quite reasonable for what you're getting for this from this Chinese company. So a little bit of a backstory about this too. This company was started by a Chinese guy, Ashton. And it's a China-based company. They do have a plant or warehouse in Placentia, California, and that's where they ship everything from. And so it is a Chinese-based company, so do keep that in mind for whatever that's worth. So in terms of the features, it has, it has a set of keys. It has a big old battery back here. You can see this whole thing is a battery. And then you just plug this in here, you turn it on, and then if you turn it a little bit farther, you press it in and you turn it a little bit farther, you can actually pull this whole battery out of here. And then the seat flips up. Has a little button here. The seat just goes up like that, and then you can pull the battery out to charge it. And then otherwise, though, you just turn it on, and then there's a little on button here. So it has a really nice little kind of electronics display attached to the handlebars. It's not quite integrated into this thing. It's just attached, but it works really well. You can dial in the power assist in there, and then it shows you the battery, a level, your charge level, shows you the speed, it has an odometer. It has a little horn down here. You can hear that. It has a cruise mode. It has a walk assist. Yeah, it's pretty much everything it has there. And then it has the accelerator here. and then it has the shifter knob on the right hand near the accelerator. I would have liked to have either the accelerator or the shifter, switch spots so that I wouldn't have both of those on the same side. It would have been nice maybe to move the shifter to the left. But for what that's worth, it's all on the right side. And then it has disc brakes, so the brakes work really, really well. I haven't had any problem going from 20 miles an hour to like a full stop in a couple dozen feet at most. And so that works pretty well on there. And then it does have the front shocks on the front, and when I'm riding it, you guys will see out in the video that it does work okay, but I would have liked maybe a little bit of something on the back. I mean, that would of course add to the price, but it can be pretty rattly with the smaller wheels. And if you're fully inflated to the max PSI, I recommend it on there. Like, it's pretty jarring if you hit a little bump. So outside of that though, you do have the front shocks, and they're not bad, but they're not the best, but they're pretty good. So there's that. It has a little headlamp on the front, and so you can turn that on at night to kind of for visibility. It does actually shine decently, but I wouldn't use that as my sole light. I think if it was pitch dark, it works all right though. And there's no backlight. I would have liked, if I have the front, to also have a little backlight to turn on for people to see me from the back. It doesn't have that. Other features, it does have this really nice cage on the back, which is actually quite solid, and I've had people like my kids and whatnot sit on here, and it works really well for loading it nicely. You could probably get all sorts of attachments and whatnot to get on here. You even have a little license plate thing back here for if you're really going to use this as an official bike sort of thing on the streets, and if you need that. So it has some cool features. It does have a kickstand on this side. Kickstand is really nice and solid, nicely built. And that's really all the features. So there's no crazy things to talk about on it. One thing I will say about functionality and rideability. So let's talk about the pedaling part. In terms of pedaling, you can't really go much beyond probably 20 miles an hour pedaling just because of the gears. It doesn't have higher gears to where it'll allow you to really go faster. But I think that's pretty much a max of anybody that would really just casually ride this thing would be probably 20 miles an hour. But I would have liked a little bit more. Sometimes when you're kicking in the accelerator, you just want a little more power or speed, and I'm trying to pedal and I'm just kind of maxed out on my cadence, pedaling, I don't know, probably 100 rotations a minute or so, probably even more than that. And so I would have liked that. But outside of that, once you're kind of cruising, it actually is really fun to ride. In terms of comfort in the seat, so let me just show you. When I'm sitting here, what I don't quite like is that probably for bigger people, it feels like you're kind of scrunched up like this. I would have liked a little bit of a, handlebars kind of more farther out so that I could maybe lean forward a little bit and just be stretched out, but I do feel a little bit cramped in. And you could adjust the handlebars, tilt them forward, backward, things like that. So there is some room for adjusting there. The seat goes up and down comfortably for me with a little quick release here. Other thing I forgot to mention, of course, are the mud guards that they have here, which are quite nice. Cover the wheel fully. You would still get some mud flying up into your drivetrain, though, from the back. Would have been nice to maybe bring this one back lower. The proper name for this is a saddle. Is actually quite comfy. It does have some what appears to be like shock absorbers, but I don't think that actually absorbs any shock. I think that's more for show than anything there. But it is nice and wide and supportive that way. And it has a nice little cushion all the way throughout. So that's not bad. And it is adjustable forward and backward, and the angle is adjustable as well on it. So you can really kind of dial that in for your comfort. So yeah, there we go, guys. I mean, that's most of what I wanted to tell you about this thing. I quite enjoyed it, actually. I've never really had an electric bike. I always just, I still go out a lot on my road bike. And so this is a really nice change to really just kind of relax on the road. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention, guys, is it does come disassembled in a box. You have to put it together yourself. It is not hard. They do provide all of the tools for you to do that in this little tool pouch that then you can also kind of carry, with you if you ever need to make any adjustments. It has all of the wrenches and screwdriver and, hex wrench and everything you need for adjusting things. It does take about probably an hour to put it all together. You don't have to tune anything. It's all indexed and all ready to go that way. So you just have to put it together, and it's good to go. So you do keep that in mind. But once it's put together, you're set. So nice little pouch too, to kind of keep all that in your back pocket if you need it, or in your backpack. Really handy with this one is that you can take it out and fold it and kind of take it with you somewhere. I think like if you're going on an RV somewhere and you need kind of a quick get around in the area to maybe go pick something up at the grocery store or something like that, this would be nice. I mean, it's 20 miles an hour. It'll get you around. It's compactable, foldable. You can throw it in the back of your RV or your truck or whatever. So that's really cool. And I like the fact that it has a nice range on it. So 20 to 40 miles of range on a charge. That's really great. If you're really like going to be using it a lot and you're not going to have charge capabilities, you can actually get an additional battery and you can just swap them out. So that's another really big positive, is that this battery is removable and swappable. And so you could just throw in another battery. They are about $250, $300 on their website. So do keep that in mind. Kind of expensive, I think, for the price of the bike, which is again about $500 to $600 on Amazon as of today. That can change, of course, any time. But there we go, guys. I mean, this is the Nakto Aux folding aux. It is not available on their website right now, but it is available on Amazon. So I'll have the link to that. Check out the other bikes too. They have quite a few different options for different price ranges and different kind of styles of riding. But that's all I got for you guys. So please leave any questions down in the comment section below. Check the description for any vital information. So there we go, guys. Please let me know what you think. If you're in the market for one of these things, this is an option. Definitely look at all your options. But I think this is a good one if you're looking for that price range and everything else that we talked about. So, yeah. You guys have a great day. See you around.